Hi everybody, Kris here from the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel and host of the Always Smiling Faces podcast. Just a very quick one from me today. I just wanted to talk about the recent news which we saw this morning, that there is another interested party willing to bid more than the asking price for Newcastle United, more than what's been accepted by Mike Ashley, by the Saudis. And I'm not having it. I'm not having it right now. We've got reporters out there which are saying this is a rival bid. I'm not sure how you can have a rival bid against a bid that's already been accepted. That baffles me straight away. We've got journalist reporters out there, just not many of them, but some of them who aren't really grasping the fact of the legal documents which are binding, the contracts between Mike Ashley, Amanda Staveley, Reuben Brothers, Public Investment Fund. It's not a case where we're selling a house here. It's not a case where a buyer comes along and says, right, we'll give you 300 grand. It gets accepted, then the next week someone goes, oh no, we're going to bid 350 grand. So take it away from there. We want it. As far as I'm concerned, and the knowledge which I have on this one, Mike Ashley can't physically take this off the table right now while it's still in the hands of the Premier League. The Premier League have dedicated a lot of time looking through the likes of the documents which have been put in by the likes of the people I've just mentioned there. And like I said, this Henry Mauriss fella who looks like he's waiting in the shadows, he can wait in the shadows as long as possible. The only time where he's going to really get an offer on the table and accept it is if the Premier League reject this takeover and determine that there's links between Public Investment Fund, PIF, and the Saudi state on the back of the WTO reports, which were published yesterday. If you haven't had a chance to read the WTO reports, don't expect you to. Personally, I haven't read them. It's 190 odd pages, probably even more, of lawyer talk, basically. Someone like myself, I'm not going to understand it. Hence why we had Mauriss and Shell on the case yesterday. So if you haven't watched that video, it's the video before this one. Go and have a look. Shell and Mauriss dissect it, put it in layman's terms for everyone. Dumb it down for the likes of myself and other people who struggle with this sort of this sort of lawyer speak, would you say? But I fully recommend listening to that one. It's available, like I said, as a video. It's also available as a podcast for those that do follow the podcast, subscribes to those channels. So just to talk a little bit about this Henry Mauriss fella, just to give a little bit of background information on him. He's made his money through the likes of credit cards and media enterprises. Currently CEO of a media company who broadcasts things outside of the home. So broadcasts TV to the likes of airports, hospitals, public places like that. Nobody knows how much he's worth. The likes of his net worth aren't made public. We can't physically see that. Same with his current company. Unaware of how much that is worth and valued at. So it's a very strange one. He's probably worth more than Mike Ashley, but does he have the money to invest and take Newcastle United forward? Especially on the back of the excitement which we've just had by PIF and Saudi Arabia. That there's nobody out there that can even compete with the likes of Saudi Arabia. So it's similar to the position if you think about last season when we had Rafa as manager, then flash forward to this season and we've got Steve Bruce. It's similar to this, but we've got a takeover by Saudi Arabia. Oh no, we're not going to give you that. You've got Henry Mauriss with a fiver more than Ashley. It's worrying. Take it with a pinch of salt. Don't lose sleep over it. Don't focus on it too much. Nothing can happen until the Premier League give their ruling and finding on what happens now with the takeover. What we'll have to focus on now is the football. We've got football returning in a couple of days' time on Sunday there. This channel, Gallagher Shots channel, we are going to be delivering content left, right and centre over the coming days. We've got like some of the match reports. We've got something which replaces the fan cams. Obviously can't do those with no fans in a football ground. So we've got new projects coming our way. As always Smiling Faces podcast. That's there normally once a week. Fingers crossed we'll extend that a little bit, get 2-3 episodes out per week. And podcast, once again, podcast, separate entity to the likes of the channel sometimes. You've got a new release from both Andy and Emil, who look at the next 5 games, which are coming up, dive into those a little bit and look at the teams that we're due to face. And we should have the USA coming back as well, where Andy interviews the likes of fans from the opposition team, gets a little description of what their team's all about, and what they expect as a fan base. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, plenty more content coming, and help us push to that 5k subs. We're nearly there. Help us push that a little bit further. Watch what you're doing. Stay safe. See you later.